What's up, guys? It's your girl Yana Revi back with another video. So today I'm gonna talk about my Honda Grom, because for those of you who know me, y'all know I'm trying to learn how to wheelie and trying to get that seat time in. It's going okay. I am a worm, bro. I'm like a worm for a worm, but I'm getting there, and that's all that matters. But yeah, I'm gonna talk about some of the modifications I put on it. So for anyone that buys 2019 or this generation of a Grom, I think some of the modifications can fit on like the other gens too. I'm not really sure, but if you have this gen, I know for sure that these mods you could put on the bike. And if you are a stunter, or if you have a Grom, if you have any recommendations for anything I could do additional to this bike, please let me know, because I love my Grommy so much and I'm always trying to make her better every day, even though she's pretty beat up and dirty. But let's get in it. So first and foremost, like when I bought the Grom, there were a few little mods on it. Like it already had the KLX 110 bars. So these aren't, I don't think these are stock bars. I don't know what the stock bars even look like for this bike, so I can't say if these are really aftermarket or not, but these are the KLX 110 bars. When I first bought the bike, they had two ASV levers, so like the shorty levers. My hands are very tiny, so shorty levers are still too big for me for the shorty like benefit that you're buying it for. So I just bought this little lever off of Amazon. I know you can buy it from like stunter websites or businesses. I didn't want to pay the money for it, if I'm just being honest. I really like this because, again, I am small. I have really small hands. So for like some people, this might be a one finger clutch. For me, this is two, which is perfect. And it's not too big where it's like I can still keep like a good grip on the handlebar if I need to, without like using 3 or 4 fingers like I was doing with the ASV lever. So I really like this shorty clutch way better. It's like day and night for me, to be honest. Some other things I did, obviously I put the 12 bar in these rear sets. I got these from Z&Z Customs. I like them. I haven't really used the step plate at all because I'm still just trying to get a hang of balance point and stuff, but I do like the rear sets. It kind of gives me a bit more comfort in the fact that like when I loop it, I'm not messing up the stock rear sets. I still have them as backup, but I do like having these pink ones. One thing that I did do because of the installation was that I did get an aftermarket swing arm axle rod. So like this part isn't stock. So basically with this axle rod, there's 2 bolts on both ends. So like here you can see there's like some threading, and then here there's also the same thing. So unlike the stock axle bolt, I don't have to like take out the whole thing to replace either rear sets. With the stock one, like I believe if you have to replace this one, the left side, you have to take it all apart, which is kind of a hassle. Like if this one, say this side breaks, I don't want to have to like prop the bike up, take out the entire axle, and then switch it. So that I really do like, because it's a pain like having to like do all of that. Also, excuse the dirtiness. I've been riding this bike, I can't even lie, I've been taking her off-roading and in the dirt, in the mud, all that. Like, so I've been having a good time on this bike. So I know she's really dirty. I mean, she's serving her purpose. She's getting ridden. So I also put a steel braided brake line. It's not something that's like required. I just did it because I'm a little bougie. I can't even tell you if I notice a difference, because I'm not that like in tuned with like the bike stuff like that. If that was like the only variable that I changed from like the stock one, I can't really tell you. Obviously I have this exhaust. I used to have, was it Vincent Haynes or Hines and Vance? I don't remember how to say it, but it came on the bike, but it was just so loud. Sometimes I want to be a little discreet when I'm like doing my wheelie practice, because I don't want people to like call the cops and then I get kicked out. But it was so loud that like you can hear me down the street and people will call the cops. So there were some things I did internally in the bike. Obviously I got a new spark plug. That was just recommended. Within the clutch, I put 65% stiffer clutch springs, which is again also like night and day difference. It makes clutching up so much easier, which I feel like if I was to go on a stock Grom, I would not know how to clutch up a stock Grom because I'm so used to just having like an easy clutch now. And then I also put the oil pump mod. I also got that from eBay. I know there is a brand that like makes them, but again, I'm cheap. So I was not spending over $100 for it. For what I can assume, it's working. I mean, my bike hasn't blown up or anything. So yeah, I know that those are like two really important changes that most people put on their Groms when they're stunting it out. One little thing that I also did, I didn't buy it, I just removed something. So there's another spring that goes here. So you can see the one spring, but there's another spring that goes here, and that makes the brake like more stiff. And when I first put these rear sets on, there was like no slack, so I didn't even notice the difference. So I just took it off because it was just like dangling. But my friend had both springs, and it's like his rear brake was so stiff that like you had to like slam on it, which obviously, you know, like when you're in a wheelie, you want to have a responsive brake. Took that off, and it also was a night and day difference. So with the sprockets, I have a 14th tooth front. I believe stock is 15 tooth. And then I have a 36 tooth rear, and I believe stock is 34. I went down the front and then up two in the back. Again, like clutching up is super easy, which I really like. But I do think I am becoming spoiled to how easy it is to clutch up. I feel like if I go on a stock Grom, I would not be able to get it up because I'm so used to like these like modifications that make it easier to clutch up. I did consider tuning it because my friend's bike is tuned, and his is like, it sounds so good. I can't even lie, it sounds so good, and it's way more torquey. And I feel like his first gear is longer than mine, because my first gear is short. I'd be like, all right, like let's get out of this gear if I'm just like cruising around and stuff. I guess this is something that's like easy for me personally, and I think it might be a preference thing. I removed like the Pro Taper center bar. I just didn't like it, and it was getting in the way. Like it was just distracting me, and I just didn't like it. So I removed it, which again, I think that's personal preference, but I like it so much better that it's not there. But yeah, this is my Grom. Basically, she's, like I said, she's really dirty, but you know, she's mine. So yeah, for anybody else that has like a stunt Grom, if you have any like recommendations. I know when I am like, while I'm learning, I'm running a low tire pressure in the rear to help with like the balance and stuff. Yeah, if you have any tips or that advice or anything, or other recommendations for parts, let me know. I'm always excited to hear. Yeah, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. If you don't, follow me on Instagram at yana.revi with 2 V's. And yeah, thanks for watching. Peace.